KB, I feel like you could resonate with this, but I love movies. And I'm going to go with that because I like watching movies.
To watch a movie, to look at a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking at a movie.
Hey, you want to go on a date? We're going to go look at a movie.
Movies, bro.
Yeah, I would say I looked at Shutter Island, but I don't think I watched it.
Okay, welcome to the bracket, episode 148. Today, we have an interesting one. We're doing which rare phobia you would want the least. No Nick today. He's out for, I think he had to get changed for upfronts. I think was his issue.
Yeah.
That he's running into.
All of us are being told that we're getting you wearing that tonight?
Oof. Yeah,
well,
I just changed 3 times.
Nicky Smokes it says Nicholas on it. That's just a great intro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a good icebreaker, but I was wearing an all black button up dress shirt, and the whole office just started flaming me, and I found this hanging up in the Anna studio, so I put it on.
Yeah, it makes it clear. They don't have to ask what's your name. It's right there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
No questions, no more questions needed. So yeah, we're doing that. We have obviously a different crew today. Nick's doing that. KB will be in momentarily. Rudy and Nicky Smokes there. Robbie Fox here and Tommy. This is I think a pretty interesting topic because a lot of these phobias, like the basic ones, right? Fear of spiders, heights, like claustrophobia.
My mic on? I feel like I'm not hearing myself that well.
I'm here.
I hear
you guys hear me?
Yeah. You guys hear it over there?
Yeah,
I can hear him.
good.
Yeah. You hear all those classic other ones, but there's some rare ones that I had never heard of at least going into this one. But before we do that, let's talk about game time. I almost forgot about the thing you're always supposed to do where you go and find. Nicky Smokes, what type of band do you usually listen to? What's a concert you would go to?
Band?
I was going to say,
you're a rapper, guy. I guess. Well, I'm trying to...
Well, I was a big Aerosmith kid growing up.
I've never heard Aerosmith pronounced that way.
Yeah, he really put emphasis on the Smith.
Aerosmith.
How do you say
Like a smith of arrows, like he makes arrows.
Mm-hmm.
A Fletcher.
Yeah, Aerosmith.
Aerosmith. Yeah, I liked them growing up, but no, I love Drake, Future, Kodak.
Let's see.
That's my big 3 right there. You don't like Drake?
I mean, not after what came out of it.
He's a K-Dot bot.
Oh my God, you're one of those fucking
He's a K-Dot bot.
I'm just fucking with you.
Let's see.
He's so, dude, I push his buttons so many times, it's so easy. Bob Fox, it's just so easy. You just say one thing, and he just...
Fuck you, Rudolph.
See?
He's still Champagne Poppy to me.
So, I don't know.
I got an OVO owl tattoo, too, so that's my guy for life.
Really?
Yeah.
Where? On your butt cheek?
Uh-huh.
Oh.
I think you're the only man... Oh, wait. Where is it?
Under my armpit.
Oh, okay. If it was on your butt cheek, I was going to say you have to be the only male with that on your butt cheek.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a little sus.
Oh, I doubt that. I very much doubt that.
I would get it.
I think Maresh has one on his ass. No, he has it on his chest.
He has the owl on his chest too.
Yeah.
I tried to look up, and Drake doesn't have any concerts coming up. The next Kendrick Lamar concert is February 9th. That would be the Super Bowl.
Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Well, Kendrick's a one-hit wonder now. Kendrick has his one little song. They not like us, and people go crazy, and that his only popular song is one about Drake. So that's good for Kendrick. He's turned himself into a one-hit wonder. Nobody wants to listen to any of his stupid, boring other fucking albums. We're just gonna keep playing Drake bangers in the club.
So
thank you, Smokes.
So
you got
if
Smokes.
You want tickets to the Super Bowl, you could get them with Game Time. Basketball season is here, though, and we can't wait to get some games this fall with the help of Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. There's no feeling like watching your favorite player Giant at 3 live, and Game Time can help. You know how much we love Game Time. You see it anytime you watch anything Barstool, absorb anything. We talk about Game Time all the time. They're the absolute best. And now they have Game Time Picks. Helps you filter out all the fluff and only see the incredible deals on seats so that you don't have to waste time searching through thousands of tickets for an NBA or college basketball game near you. Again, a lot of good basketball games. I'm just focused on the Super Bowl one right now. You could get club side seats at the Super Bowl in Caesars Superdome. $17,000. Any of you guys interested in shelling that out?
Light.
17 grand?
I could.
Yeah, it's slight work. Yeah,
If I wanted to.
I guess that's like half of one of my paychecks.
Yeah,
I guess,
yeah, Robbie, just call up Uncle Dana one time.
Yeah. Uncle Dana would go out. Me and Uncle Dana on Game Time, we'd love it.
Yeah, it's like 1/10 of a PMT episode, just for one seat. For one seat, you can get those Game Time picks. All you have to do is go up and pull up the choose an event, pick up and select the filter for Game Time picks at the top of the screen, or browse to the best local Game Time picks near you on your Game Time app homepage. So what are you waiting for? We're gonna get those Super Bowl tickets now at Game Time Picks. Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code BRACKET for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Again, create an account and redeem code BRACKET for $20 off. Download the Game Time app today. What time is it? Game time. Oh, you're doing the same ads, huh? You knew it's coming? Yeah.
Game time.
He's so fucking ready for that. So the first matchup, we have the 5 versus the 12. Again, which is one of these rare phobias would you want, less to have be afflicted
Which one's
with?
worse?
It's basically which one's worse, but like imagine you have it. I feel like that makes it like your day-to-day more fucked. So the first one, and I think this is a very kind of interesting one for this conversation, phobophobia. So you have a fear of getting new phobias.
Oh, I think I have this. I literally was
yeah.
going to go into this being like this. My biggest fear is I'm just going to get a bunch of new phobias doing.
Mm-hmm. You're literally
Yeah.
experiencing it as we speak. We haven't even mentioned the
This is
phobia
very
yet.
meta.
Yeah.
Phobiaception.
Yeah, so phobophobia versus the number 12 seed, which is hapaphobia, which is the fear of being touched, which I also think some people have.
Oh, I mean, that would be horrible to have in real life.
That would
Even by
yeah.
a woman?
Anybody being touched,
sucks.
period. So the fear of getting new phobias or the fear of being touched. Start with Tommy.
It's got to be the fear of being touched. The fear of new phobias, you could... I mean, it is almost like an infinite loop of phobias, but it doesn't mean you actually have the phobia. If you had a phobia where you got every phobia, that would be an issue. If you just have a phobia of getting phobias,
Yeah.
that's not as bad as, I mean, not being able to be, I mean, look, I don't like being, I don't want like Clemmer or somebody touching me, but if I can't
I
feel
mean,
your cock
it was
stroke?
30 seconds into this episode. We got a Clemmer dig.
if I can't feel the touch of a sweet blonde woman with a big bosom, then that would be a major, I'd be losing a major part of my life.
I don't see you
So,
too, Tommy. Ricky smokes too.
Or a blonde woman like touching your tits. Like,
Yeah.
you wouldn't experience that.
Yeah.
Feeling you up.
So one for...
Yeah, never be able to get a hand job.
Yeah, that's the only thing you wouldn't be able to do. you need a blowjob where it's literally just blowing. Like you
Yeah.
could blow on.
Yeah, she can't
Well,
touch.
Tommy
she
has
can't-
a phobia of blowjobs.
I already have a phobia of blowjobs.
True.
She would, I guess
wild.
I would still be able to get them, but she just couldn't cup my balls.
Yes, correct. Yeah.
That doesn't make any sense.
Well, because it's not touching. She'd be licking.
That's touching.
That's touching.
How is that not
touching with your tongue.
I
Yeah.
feel like touching implies hands.
No.
I think just any skin-to-skin contact, yeah.
Well, that's
Yeah.
not what it said.
Well, it said being touched.
You,
So-
you,
So
you
I
would-
can't
you
get
would say
pussy
like she
lips
blew
on
me, but
dick
we never touched
counts.
each other.
Yeah, dude,
What?
You would, like if you got a blowjob, you would tell your friends she blew me, but we never
I'd
touched
be like,
each
she didn't put
other.
her fucking hands on me.
She should beat you up. What do you mean? So one for being touched. I think I would do phobophobia, and just because you would just be afraid 24/7 of like just a concept. The concept of getting a new fear. That's horrible.
I don't have phobophobia, but I think I have like an extension of it where I do get anxiety about getting anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I'll get nervous if I put myself in this situation. Will I get nervous?
Okay.
So you just have anxiety.
It's
Yeah.
pretty much just anxiety, but yeah, it does that like loop thing to me. I'll
Yeah.
go with a fear of being touched. What was it called again?
Hapaphobia.
Hapaphobia. I'm gonna go with that one.
2 for hapaphobia. 1 for phobophobia. Rudy.
Yeah, it's the touching one for sure. That would really suck. I wouldn't enjoy that.
You wouldn't
I
suck.
would say like touching and being touched is like one of my favorite things.
I was gonna say you're a hockey guy. You like fucking grabbing someone by the shoulders.
Yeah,
fucking-
you grab my ass every day at work.
yeah.
Guilty.
Guilty as charged.
Dude, I get like if I'm like walking around with my friends, sometimes you just want to like
Push 'em.
shove them.
Yeah,
I just want to
yeah,
get
yeah.
in contact. It's like Jim Harbaugh. I couldn't agree more. The body craves contact.
Amen.
Human body craves contact. So 3 for it's gonna win, but Nicky?
Yeah. What was the first one? I just want to say it correctly before I get canceled.
Phobophobia.
Phobophobia. Now you made a good point, like constantly being in that fear of unlocking new fears, but I feel like the same thing would happen with being scared of getting touched because you're surrounded by people all day. So I'm gonna go with the touching one.
Touching one. I think my brain part of it was like you could avoid humans if you really wanted to, like be off the grid, whatever. But like you can't escape your brain just constantly thinking of stuff.
Yeah, but you can be off the grid and get a phobia. Oh, I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Well, you can't escape
That
your
would
brain.
suck.
Yeah, you
You
can't
do
escape.
drugs.
Yeah, I guess that would be the only other. You just need to
Yeah.
be constantly sedated, but then you might get
Yeah.
a fear of being sedated.
True.
That's true too.
It's a nightmare scenario. So the hapaphobia, being touched, fear of being touched, is going to move on. Now we have the 4 seed versus the 13 seed. The 4 seed is optophobia, which is the fear of opening your eyes.
Oh my god, that sounds terrible.
That's bad. That's
I'm
bad.
just gonna vote for that one.
Let's see what's gonna beat this. Yeah.
And that's going up against number 13 seed. Actually, this is one that we probably wish Drake had. Speaking of Drake earlier, it's epiphobia, which is the fear of adolescence. So just being
Like
afraid
of adolescent kids, or
yes,
hitting it.
you're afraid of adolescent children.
I mean, you'd rather be afraid of them than fucking attracted to them.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
you bet you that's what I'm saying. You bet you
Confirmed.
wish you had
Dude,
that.
I'm scared of teenagers. Like in New York, when I lived there, dude, New York teenagers are fucking horrifying.
They are
Very
different breed.
scary.
Like I'm scared they're gonna like pants me, call me unk, call me old head.
Yeah.
Call you cracker, honky.
Yeah.
Anything could happen. So the fear of opening your eyes or the fear of adolescence. Nicky smokes.
I'm going with the fear of opening your eyes. You're basically forcing yourself to be blind, and I feel like that's the worst thing that could happen to anyone.
Yeah, it is kind of like optional.
No disrespect to
blindness.
blind people.
You're bird boxing yourself.
Yeah, kind of intent. Yeah, you're intentionally blinding yourself. I
You're
never think of it that way.
culturally appropriating blind people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. So one for the fear of opening your eyes, Rudy.
So does this mean that when you wake up in the morning, you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
You're like, okay, I got this. No.
On
no,
the
no.
other side of things, going to bed must be awesome.
Oh, it must be the
Yeah.
best.
That's a big
Yeah.
relief. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God. I don't even understand that. So is every blink horrifying?
It has to be.
Cyclops from X-Men.
Yeah. But his
got-
eyes are open, but they're just behind the glass.
True. Yeah. But when he
So
takes
this
the
is-
thing off, he's got it.
This is literally just that. The fear of opening your eyes.
It is the fear of opening one's eyes. This fear can be extremely debilitating as it's hard for an individual to carry out daily activities without opening their eyes. Yeah, you
I
think?
would say so. I would almost understand more a fear of like closing your eyes. That
Yeah.
could
Yes.
maybe wrap
Yes.
my head around a little bit more.
Like you lose control when you do
Yeah.
that in some way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's awful. I don't like where this episode's going.
I know this episode's
I
gonna
know.
give me anxiety.
I'm getting anxiety. I just started for me, and I don't like it.
Yeah.
So that one, the eye one, that
you're
one sucks.
you're already afraid of opening your eyes?
No, I'm just afraid of like this like.
I'm
the
afraid
notion
that
of
I'll get
these
that
things-
phobia. I got
Yeah.
the
I'm afraid of just
phobophobia.
like these notions existing.
Dude, there's bizarro ones coming up. I can promise you that. So you're going with optophobia or fear of opening your eyes. Robbie?
I will be going with that as well. There's that classic story of Wesley Snipes not opening his eyes on
For
Blade,
Blade,
3.
yeah.
Maybe he had optophobia.
That's a great story. He refused to open his eyes because he hated the director so much, so they CGI'd his eyes
They
opening.
just CGI'd someone else's eyes
Yeah.
opening over his eyelids.
It's very funny. Between these two, yeah, the fear of adolescence, you can avoid teens.
Yeah.
You can't avoid opening your eyes. So I think it's pretty easy optophobia for me.
yeah, I think it's almost healthy to have a fear of adolescence. Like that's just a
Yeah,
part of life.
agreed.
You
Kind of
should
normal.
be kind of be like, oh, they're kind of weird, right?
Yeah, like you don't understand that generation.
Yeah.
So now we're on to the 8 seed as optophobia moves on. The 8 seed versus the 9 seed. The 8 seed is hypnophobia, which is the fear of going to sleep. So you're just generally afraid all the time to go to sleep.
I have that a little bit.
Sometimes
Think
if you
so?
watch a horror movie, you could get that.
It's just scary. It's like, oh, like I'm about to go to sleep, then I'm just gonna wake up like, time. I'm gonna time travel essentially.
It's almost a reverse of optophobia, where it's you're afraid
Yeah,
to close your eyes.
true.
Yeah. And that's going up against number 9 seed, eremophobia, which is the fear of being alone. So either you're afraid of being alone, which means you constantly have to be around other people.
I don't think that one's that weird.
But like,
I feel like
Like,
that's very common.
Like a true fear, it would be weird if you were truly like, I need to be with someone at all times.
yeah.
But if you're like traveling alone, I get that. I hate being alone.
Wasn't there a movie about this recently where a guy was like, "I'll give you," it was like you win like $1 billion, but you need to be I think like it was like a week without being
In a walrus suit?
away
Tusk?
from someone else. No.
Oh.
It was like you need to be like next to somebody 24/7. Like, and if you're,
I could do that easy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So the fear of going to sleep or the fear of ever being alone, not directly next to somebody else. Tommy.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of like being alone. Wouldn't say I fear it, but I do get it. I don't think it would be that bad to have that phobia because, you grow up, you have your parents, then maybe go to college, you get a roommate, maybe you find a wife, blah, blah, blah. You don't have to be alone that much. You're going to sleep every night. You're going to sleep every night. And it's supposed to be a relaxing and wind down part of the day. And to basically wait all day knowing that you're just going to be afraid of the end of the day going to sleep.
Yeah, it's
and then
bad.
maybe you can't sleep and then you go crazy. So that's bad.
Yeah, I think between these two, I think the fear of being alone would really suck though, because like in general, yeah, like you could do the chain where it's like you have to go from roommate to wife or girlfriend, whatever. But like, imagine if that person goes away and you're now crippled with fear.
Yeah.
This is like phobia, not just like,
But
oh, you're
imagine
generally
whether
uncomfortable.
she's there or not, and you're just afraid to go to sleep.
Yeah, that part sucks. But you have to, like, you could probably sedate. There has to be some sort of trick to that, right? Like they take some sort of medication
Probably.
to put themselves to sleep. Like you can't really do that with the alone thing.
You get a robot. You want Elon's robots?
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah.
I can't wait. Once those things are able to be fucked, I think it's kind of over for
Are
the.
you saying you can't wait to fuck one?
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying.
That doesn't surprise me.
How quick, Nicky Smokes? How quickly would you fuck one?
I would not fuck a robot.
Really?
I would not fuck a robot.
I don't think I would fuck a robot either. I'd be
Pussy
too nervous.
Is great. Like you can't replicate that. Like no matter what.
Put that on
No,
my
you
quote
can.
card.
You could. You can.
What have you fucked, Rudy?
I have not, but I'm saying I think you can do it.
No, you're a
think
pocket
I
pussy
think
guy.
I will not.
Yeah, you are.
I will not because I fear it will be great. I don't want to go down that path.
And honestly, to me though, like a woman is so much more than how she feels inside of
All
her.
right,
You
let's
know,
move on. Yeah.
it's like
Yeah,
her
shut
emotion.
up.
That's what I
for
really
sure.
appreciate about having
I
sex
want one of
with a
Elon's
woman.
robots so I can just I just want to belittle them.
I just want them to tell me I'm right.
No, I want to I'm like, look at you, you dumb little piece of shit. Like I just want someone just to tee off.
I feel like you're supposed to do that anyway.
I
like
just
it's
want
a victimless crime.
I want
Yeah.
to sit on the couch with one and have them agree with me about everything I said.
Yeah.
I just want to be like, isn't that
Yes.
scene fucking sick? And then turn to a robot and be like, yeah, brother.
Yeah,
Make
you
it
got
watch a bunch of my videos and then tell me I'm the funniest
Yes.
Tommy's thoughts. Tommy's thoughts are so good.
I think I don't even know how, but I saw some TikTok the other day, which I think is going to be true. Is like our generation version of like, oh yeah, my grandpa's racist is going to be like, my grandpa kind of doesn't like robots. Like they're going to become
Yeah.
such a
Yeah.
big part of society.
That's a Star
There's
Wars
movies
thing.
of this-
They don't let the robots come in the bar.
Yeah, there's a bunch of like movies about this.
Yeah, like I think that could be what's it. Because I'll tell you what, I'm never going to fuck with robots.
Fuck with
Yeah,
or
me
fuck.
neither.
Either
I'm not
or.
with that
I'm
robot shit.
anti-robot.
I might fuck with them. We'll see what they're like.
If they made like
Yeah, I'm cool with it.
like a
I will never share a water fountain with a robot.
they'll never go to my schools. Yeah, would you if they made like a 10 out of 10 blonde fuckable robot? Pussy feels like pussy. You wouldn't fuck it.
Tommy's rethinking that.
I wouldn't.
Like literally, it just is an exact
Yeah,
replica
but like,
one.
what about the titties and the ass smacks?
Yeah.
and,
Bro,
like,
I'm
the
telling
choking?
you, I'm not saying you're fucking like the robot you're looking at the Tesla one where it looks like a robot. I'm saying like they skin it like it's a Terminator and it looks like a real
Something
human every other
about
way.
it still is. It'd be a good like strip club idea.
Well, they
Robot
can't-
strip club?
Robot like fuck club.
It's basically the strip club from GTA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
there's a good episode of Futurama about that. Like they have a robot strip club, and like there's so much smog in the room that humans can't even go in. Like it's just because there's just so much exhaust from the robots. But I think if you could fuck one, I think you guys would fuck one. I think you would do it. I think
don't
you'd
know.
change your tune.
I'm pro-human.
I think the minute they made like one that looked like Dua Lipa or whatever, you guys would be fucking robots.
If she looks like Dua Lipa, I'd consider it. But like, it'd have to be a fucking clone.
By the way, to your point about pocket pussies, they have to be work, right? Because the industry would be dead
Like you don't know.
if they didn't. No, I
Guy
want
just
to.
said he can't wait to fuck a robot.
Yeah, I would because at least it's like a human shape, like fucking a fleshlight or whatever. Like that just
holding it.
yeah, like
It's got the lips on it.
yeah, but like they have to work because the industry isn't dead. If they suck, nobody would be buying them, right? Or I guess more
I don't
people would buy
even
it if they
think
suck.
it means they work. I just mean I think it means there's a lot of
Sad people?
sad incels out there.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
No offense if there's any sad incels listening.
So Tommy, you had sleep versus being alone. Like,
Sleep. The fear of sleep is worse.
Yeah, I think I would go with you on the fear of sleep because that's just an everyday thing.
I agree with that. I feel like, especially as a person with anxiety, sleep is a reset for everything. If you're feeling anxious about something, you take a little nap, you feel fine when you wake up. So losing sleep as like that sense of comfort and making it a sense of fear would be horrendous.
And not sleeping just builds that
Yes,
too.
horrible.
It's domino effect. Rudy?
Yeah, the fear of sleeping, it's just sort of, it's more the consistency of being confronted with that.
Mm-hmm.
Every night you are just like horrified to go to bed. That sucks. Whereas you can mitigate a fear of being alone by just being around people.
Mm-hmm.
And I view these as like crippling fears.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
just
It's
like
not
an
like discomfort.
inconvenience.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So a crippling fear of being alone and like an inability to do it is is something you can mitigate.
Sorry, my bad.
Whereas a crippling fear of going would have devastating effects on your life. constantly. So I'm going with the sleep one for sure.
Nicky?
I'm gonna go with the fear of sleep. I've got a good friend of mine who, anytime he has like one too many nose beers, he can't sleep. And
Oh,
like,
that's
I'll walk
uncommon.
Yeah, very uncommon.
I'll wake up at like 7:30, 8 o'clock, and he's just wide awake playing slot machines for hours, and that's the last thing I ever want to do. So I enjoy my sleep.
Yeah, I think that guy might need help based on that description. Might need.
Yeah, he's good. He's good.
He's fine. Don't worry about him.
It's just a Florida thing.
So the sleep one is going to move on. Now we have the one seed versus our chain game. Our chain game, there are some what the fuck ones for
Is there
real
a
in
fear
here.
of Che?
There's one that could be interpreted as a fear of Che, I think.
Okay. I think I know that's going.
I don't think it's in this one. I think it's in the next one. Although, actually, no, in this one, there is actually a fear of Che one. The first one is ergophobia, which is the aversion to working at all. So you physically cannot work. Get off all the jokes you want.
The New
on
York
that one.
office got that one, doesn't it?
Get off all your...
NYC office. Don't let Tate find out that's a phobia.
Yeah. Anatodeaphobia, which is the fear that somewhere there is a duck or goose watching you.
That's funny.
Yeah, that's
That's horrifying.
that is.
That is horrifying.
I would
That's a
fuck
funny
with
one.
that.
Is that a possibility?
Yeah, apparently because more.
There's
this
a
is-
chance.
There
I mean,
is.
I'm not gonna lie. I just looked around the room.
Yeah, I looked it up because I was like, this is just made up. This is bullshit, whatever. And there's multiple diagnosed cases of this that were like in unrelated different parts of the world.
Imagine going to a psychiatrist. I'm sorry if anyone's got this and they're listening. But
I'm
being
not
like,
sorry. You're a
but
fucking
being like,
freak.
I'm freaking out, and they're like, "What can we do for you?" And you're like, "I'm pretty sure there's a duck watching me right now." And they're like, "A duck," and you're like,
also-
"Or a goose."
Yeah, exactly. Like, why is it a duck or a goose?
They're
Like,
similar enough. Yeah.
A
Yeah, I know, but,
quail,
like,
we're not
what-
worried about the
Why
quail.
not a swan? Why not a
Yeah,
swan?
like, why not a
Yeah,
fucking
like,
elk
why are
or
you not afraid of a swan? I
platypus?
was like, what are you fucking crazy?
You idiot.
Why would a swan be watching me?
yeah. Like, you think I'm fucking crazy?
But dude, multiple diagnosed cases of this all over the world.
That's
It's
a good one.
crazy.
That's my favorite one I've heard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Abibophobia, which is the fear of palindromes. So you're afraid of
Wait,
any.
is this the 3 matchup?
This is a chain.
Oh.
So abibophobia, which is the fear of palindrome. So like the word like race car.
Yeah.
You see that word and you're just like, oh fuck. Like this says the same thing
Here it
You
backwards.
start uncontrollably screaming.
Yeah. Oh no. Just looking at anything that's a
I can-
palindrome.
It's fucking palindrome.
I can't have that because of our job. Like, if I was scared of a word, you guys would manhandle me with that word.
Yeah.
Just screaming
I
race
think you
car.
get
We would get
manhandled more for
abused.
being afraid that a duck is.
Oh my god, they would
watching
fuck with you so bad with that.
No, I think the word is worse.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
There would be an office duck. They would get a pet duck.
Yeah. Or they would just tell you, hey, did you see that
But
duck?
honestly, would that mitigate the phobia?
If you're
you
like, I know it's
knew-
watching.
If you know
Yeah.
a duck is
Yeah,
watching,
Yeah, true.
is it not as bad?
But if you just hear a faint quack, you're like, "Oh my god!"
Yeah.
Dude, if they played it over the loudspeaker here, like just like over the that'd be so fucked up. That'd be really funny though. Just like it's really late at night, you're working late, and just hearing the echo of the hallway. Just
Fucking Affleck commercial comes
Yeah,
on. You go
oh,
to
no.
PTSD.
the next one is kinesiophobia, which is the fear of motion. So
Oh, that's bad.
that's real bad. What's the line
Constantly
like?
staying still.
Yeah, you just if you're fear of ever being in motion, you just got to be still nonstop.
This should be on the bottom.
Yeah, yeah. Next is arachabutrophobia, which is the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. So you're just very
That
manageable,
one's pretty avoidable.
pretty manageable one.
You just don't eat peanut butter.
Yeah, but maybe does it get triggered if you eat something else that's sticky that could stick to the roof of your mouth?
I sort of like. I kind of get that one.
Yeah,
I'm
mean,
not a
I
peanut
don't
butter guy
like
myself,
that
but if something
feeling.
sticks to the top of your mouth and you can't get it off for a second,
yeah.
you get like almost
Dude.
claustrophobic about it.
Bro, I was at the beach with some of my friends and I'd never done like real shrooms before. And that happened to me. It got like stuck to the back of my throat. And I literally thought I was going to die at the beach.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't swallow. Like I was trying to cough it up and it was just stuck there
It's
and
bad.
it wouldn't move.
Even like a little sunflower seed in the back of your
Yeah.
throat. Horrible feeling.
I
Yeah.
don't like anything that we're talking about. That being said, it's not a fear of peanut butter on the roof.
Yeah.
No, me neither. Yeah.
Yeah, fair. Xanthophobia, which is the fear of the color yellow. So technically, you could interpret this as a fear of
Coldplay.
Okay.
of an employee if you wanted to consider it that way. And not one I've ever suffered from, just to let you guys, not that
We
should
know.
be a shocker. Then there is paganophobia, which is the fear of beards. That would just be miserable just because
That'd be
everyone
bad.
has a beard now. Trypophobia, not tryptophobia. Trypophobia, which is the fear of holes. So
I know
similar,
people
but
that
not the
have
same.
that.
Yeah.
We ain't got that one.
Yeah.
Am I right, boys?
Hey.
Oh God.
Six God?
Aerophobia, which is the fear of any fresh air. So you cannot.
Oh.
I was reading more into
You
it.
want
Like
non-fresh air?
you want recycled air, and they hate breezes. Like if they feel a fresh breeze come in, they get triggered like crazy.
Shudder.
Like they hate like screaming like fear of a
Imagine
fresh
one of those
breeze.
people lived in Chicago.
Oh,
Oh my God.
That'd
be
be.
in a psych ward.
You want to talk about ones where someone here could torture you with it? Like you're sitting at your desk, someone just blows on your neck or something, like, and you start screaming.
But is that fresh air?
Guess
That's
not.
it's a
That wouldn't
breeze.
be fresh air.
But it is a breeze, yeah.
It is a breeze. And then lastly, one I think Tommy probably loves, xenophobia, the fear of foreigners.
That one's fun.
Pussy.
So the fear of work, the fear of ducks, the fear of palindromes, motion, the peanut butter one, the color yellow, beards, holes, fresh air, or foreigners. Let's start with you, Nicky Smokes.
I knew you were gonna pick me first.
Well, it is a rotation.
It's a
Yeah.
Pretty much
rotation.
sticks
I know. I know.
Pattern to it.
So this is the
fucking
one
figured it out.
Crack
This
Fucking
is
knew
the
you were
one
gonna do
I
that,
would want to
Kenjac.
have out of all those.
This is the one
No,
you
it's
would
the one
least want to have.
least.
Okay. Fear of working. Because I like going to work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Bootlicker.
I don't
We'll
like,
send this
I
clip
don't-
to Big
What am I
Cat.
gonna do with the fucking ducks and the air? Like I like ducks. I like air.
Well,
I
yeah,
don't know
exactly.
what I'm
It'd be-
saying
it'd be
anymore.
bad to have
I'm
those
honest.
fears.
That would suck.
You said so many different options. I don't know what
Yeah,
I'm
I can
saying.
I can
right
run
now.
it right through for you again. Again, the fear of work, the fear that a goose or a duck is watching you, the fear of palindromes, the fear of motion, fear that
Oh,
peanut.
motion. That's my pick.
You got motion, twin. I knew you would say that.
Yes.
So we got one for the motion. Rudy.
I mean, dude, it's a no-brainer. The ducks. Like I like it's one thing to have a constant fear that a duck or a goose might be watching you, and then the secondary part is the fact that you have to go through life explaining that you have this crippling
Yeah.
fear.
That's such a
ducks.
worst
Of a-
part.
And so, like, you're just like out on a date or something, and you're
Yeah.
like, it's going well,
Right.
and then all of a sudden like an Aflac commercial comes on, and you all of a sudden have to tell your date, like, I'm really sorry, but I have an absolutely debilitating fear that there might be a duck watching me.
She's like, hey, for our next date, you want to go for a walk by the pond? No, I'm not doing it.
Are you wearing what jacket is that? Oh, it's Canadian Goose. And you're just like,
I gotta go home.
you're like, oh my god.
Holy shit.
Yeah, dude.
That was a world class joke, Rudy.
Thank you, Smokes.
That was a good one. So one for the fear of ducks, Robbie.
I love the fear of ducks and I want it to win, but I can't in good faith vote for it because I think the fear of motion is even worse. Like, I think, yes, it'd be bad to explain that to somebody. It would be even worse to fear getting in the car or even walking over to the doctor's office to explain that. When we went to Disney and I got motion sickness from Star Tours, my next 2 hours were ruined. If that was my life, I wouldn't want to be alive anymore. So
Yeah.
it's got to be the fear of
You
motion.
got motion sickness from Star Tours.
I know. Like, I went on roller coasters and shit,
Nerd.
and
So
Star
condescending.
Tours was the one that killed me.
Holy shit! Great ride though.
Yeah.
Very fun.
Very good ride.
I would do it again.
Honestly, I would have said a different one, but more you guys convinced me on the fear of motion because yesterday we drove to go do that out of order sketch, and I forget who was in the first car with me. Maybe who was it? I think it was Clemmer. Not Clemmer. Who was sitting next to? I
If
forget.
it was Clemmer, you wouldn't have forgotten that.
No, it was me.
Vibs?
It was Vibs. Vibs can't say he can't use his phone while driving, like or while not you know what I mean, like on a car.
I have that sometimes.
Yeah, he's like I physically cannot ever use my phone while I'm in a car, or else I get sick. Like I
Yeah.
immediately get car sickness. And I'm like that would be the worst thing I could
I feel him
possibly
on that.
imagine.
It's bad.
Yeah,
I get that.
yeah,
randomly.
and even that, I'm like, if I was sitting on like an hour and a half car ride like we were on, like, and I couldn't use my phone at all, I'd want to die.
Yeah.
So I think I would go with that. So 3 for the fear of motion.
I would went for the ducks. The duck one's just funny to me.
Yeah, KB. So we were in the middle of the chain now. One of the best options we've had so far is anatideophobia, which is the fear that somewhere there's a duck or a goose watching you at all times.
Oh, that's Okay.
We were saying, imagine you had that and people knew that at work, how badly you would be fucked with.
Oh yeah, there would be flux galore.
You would just hear duck sounds throughout the day.
This is a real thing? There's
multiple documented cases in different parts of the world.
I mean, I will say, like, we're using the term real. Like, anyone who has this is mentally ill. Like most of these phobias are like, you're just a fucking weirdo freak. Like,
okay.
I'm gonna be the first one to say that. There's some phobias that are real. Being afraid that a duck or goose is watching you, you're not getting like, oh my God, I'm so sorry you have that. You're a fucking freak.
Okay.
So are you a freak if you have a fear to drive a car as a 25-year-old man?
Yeah.
Who are you talking to?
You,
I would say so. I would say so, Nick.
Yeah, you show Smokes a picture of Interstate.
I'm 28. I didn't know who that could be about.
I got surrounded by when we went to Pebble Beach. We rented a car and it was me, Big Ev, Smokes, and Glenny Balls. And we got the rental car and I was like, oh, it's like an hour drive. And all of them just stood there and they were like, on the highway?
To be fair, Glenny does drive on the highway. Drove us 13 hours from Orlando to Nashville during Storm Chasers like an absolute king.
That 3 hours of sleep.
That Pebble Beach Drive is brutal. Like, that's like through the hills of fucking San Francisco.
That was one of the best drives
You're on
I've ever
mountainsides and
experienced.
cliffs. Even if I did drive on highways, I wouldn't have done that drive.
So which one are you going with, Tommy?
I'm going with the fear of ducks one. I just think it's funny.
The fear of ducks one. Either way, the fear of motion is going to win. Just to give you some of the options, KB, it was the ones we had was the aversion to work, the fear that the duck is watching you, the fear of palindromes, which we think might have been actually pretty rough. Someone just yelling race car at you and you just getting
fear
set
of
up.
Hearing palindromes?
Yeah, hearing or reading palindromes.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
The fear of the color yellow, fear of beards, fear of fresh air, fear of holes, and fear of foreigners, which, as Tommy noted, not that bad. So the winner is the fear of motion, kinesiophobia or kinsophobia, and that's going up against our number 1 seed. This one, I just don't know how you live with this. The number 1 seed, which is ideaphobia, which is the fear of ideas. So
I died in a minute.
Okay.
you are constantly in fear of having an idea or hearing an idea.
Kind of fun.
Isn't that an idea of itself?
The idea of ideaphobia is an idea.
Yeah,
so there's just layers and layers. You can't have a thought because you could accidentally stray into an idea.
You'd have whatever the opposite is. The opposite is of like the Larry David notepad.
Yeah.
Just carries it around, has new ideas. You would have to burn that. If
Yeah.
You saw
Yeah.
it.
So
The Men in Black thing, basically.
you need to erase your own memory.
Just thought of a good joke. Fuck.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
So kinesiophobia, the fear of motion versus the fear of having or any ideas, just the fear of ideas. Tommy.
God, these are both so bad. But the fear of motion, like not being able to move, is literally
pretty bad.
crippling. Like that, it's hard to be worried. The fear of ideas is like almost too weird and abstract for me to really wrap my head around.
Yeah, it is hard to think about.
Again, that person just has a mental illness. I'm gonna go with the fear of because that's a little more concrete. Of like fear of ideas. I think like you can't think of what you want for lunch. Like I think that's like just weird. I think the fear of moving is more concrete and more palpable.
You're basically like a voluntary quadriplegic, basically.
Yeah. Again,
Yeah.
you're culturally appropriating.
Yeah.
For the quads. So one for the fear of movement. I would do the fear of ideas. I'm sticking with that. I think it's just even you trying to think about the idea of ideaphobia. Like if you were a person with ideaphobia, you get fucked.
That's not a real thing.
Another one where I was like, that's just has to be a bullshit one. Just it's very well documented. It's crazy. So I do ideaphobia.
I think Tommy explained his thoughts the same way I'm thinking about it, where it's kind of what can you make it through the day with? And I have certainly had days where I've had no ideas.
Mm-hmm.
I've had days where you sit on the couch and you watch the most mindless television ever, and you don't even remember what you watched at the end of the day. I don't think I can make it through the day without getting up and going to the fridge for like a glass of water or something like.
But even
the
if you had that
motion of
idea,
that.
you'd be thinking like, if that's an
True.
idea, you're like, maybe I should go get a glass of water.
True.
That's an idea.
And I would be like, oh fuck, should I get a glass of water?
And then you're thinking, and that's another idea.
It's bad, but I think I'm still going to go with motion. I think I would rather at least just try to fucking meditate my brain into a sense of not thinking of anything rather than, have the fear of getting up or even moving my head, turning my head to the left.
True. Rudy?
I think it's the motion one because I'm thinking about someone who has mastered the idea of not having ideas, and I just would like to see that person, like a monk, just
It's like Marty, I think, in a way.
completely nothing, just nothing going on.
Yeah.
Just absolutely stoic, sitting on top of a hill, just crisscross applesauce. That guy kind of rules.
Yeah,
In a
I
weird
respect
way.
it.
Yeah.
So I guess the moving one, and it would be so weird. Like if you see a fucking train or a paper airplane, and then or like if you got to move, yeah, no, hell
Start
no.
stimming. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think not being able to walk is worse than the fear of seeing a paper airplane. But yeah.
But if that elicits the
No, I'm
same
saying,
reaction,
Like that's something in motion.
Yeah.
Like I think it also applies to things that are in motion.
No, I know. But I think the real bad downside of it is not being able to move.
yeah.
Oh yeah, no. I was dead serious about the paper airplane, Tommy. Thank
Yeah.
you.
KB.
Wait, so like these phobias are people who like how bad is the fear? Like is it debilitating or
Yes.
like it's
Yes.
just
I
like
think
me?
we're thinking about it like
Like it's a debilitating phobia.
Okay, well that just eliminates living both of these.
Yeah.
The motion one is just you yourself moving and other things moving in your eyesight.
Yeah, I think it's the fear of any movement.
Okay, well that wouldn't work. The fear of ideas that's just too silly to me for me to comprehend.
To me, it's a prison of the brain. It's like
I mean, if you were just like perceiving, like enjoying cinema and art the whole time, like do you habituate to a point where you don't even have ideas, or are you like constantly like ah?
I think so. I think that's literally it.
Both of these are equally debilitating. You can't make it through life. But I guess I'll go the motion one.
The motion one. Another one for the motion one. Nicky.
Yeah,
rather?
I'm gonna go motion too.
Trying to think of what else. This phobia apparently it's from a traumatic episode that can trigger idea phobia. And people who are high strung suffer from it. I don't know. That's a lot. So either way, kinesiophobia, which is the fear of motion, is going to move on. Now we have the 6 seed versus the 11 seed. The 6 seed is venostrophobia, which is the fear of beautiful women.
Oh,
I know some guys on here that are not going to be pleased with that one.
I can't.
that honestly wouldn't be that bad
That
to
ruins
have.
life.
That's you can
It wouldn't be that bad
You
to
can
have.
make
you
it
just,
far
you just
with
fuck
that.
ugly chicks. Yeah.
you could get your way through that.
Yeah.
And that's going up against the number 11 seed. Koinophobia. It's Koinoni phobia, which is the fear of rooms. So you are petrified of rooms. So which fear is worse? The debilitating phobia of seeing beautiful women or the debilitating fear of rooms? Starting with you, Nicky Smokes.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna go with rooms. I feel like like every guy at one point has been kind of intimidated by an attractive woman. Now, like, would I rather have attractive women in my life? Yes, but if you're scared to walk into a bedroom with an attractive woman, you're not gonna get anywhere anyway. So
Facts.
the fear of going into rooms is worse.
You're asking around a day, like, let's mean an open field. Just chill for a bit. Just relax.
Yeah.
KB.
Hey, would you fear of rooms?
Like you would freak
It's
out.
so some of these are so fucked. It's hard to even like.
Comprehend.
I feel
so-
zero sympathy for anybody that has a fear of rooms.
How do you live?
Atriums, chilling,
Patios.
Yeah.
patios,
Foyers.
maybe some, the
Bathrooms.
embassy suite, not the rooms.
So
Fear of beautiful women would be that's a very you could be very functioning and successful with that.
but what happens if, like, let's say, I guess it really depends on your job, but like, imagine like a new hire comes in and that's a beautiful woman. You just can't work there anymore.
You move to like Bismarck or something.
Yeah.
And then just be a
Definitely
be a
can't live in
normal
like
dude
Miami.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just don't live in Miami. Yeah. Like just live. You have to live in the ugliest per capita state.
North Dakota.
Yeah. So two.
Yeah, that one's that's way more tolerable.
So 2 for fear of rooms. I double checked it it's the intense fear of rooms or people in rooms. It's a specific phobia. It's for people because it made me make them feel out of control or stressed. Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, going into a room, not being able to go into a room is ludicrous. You would.
Yeah, that's
Isn't everything
you
technically
flee to a room when you feel uncomfortable.
Yeah.
What'd you say?
I feel like most things are considered a room.
I think a room has to be
trees
enclosed. I
aren't.
think, yeah.
No, like anything indoors is technically like a room.
No, I think
if
a
you
room
walk
has to
through
be
doors-
an enclosed space inside an enclosed space.
Yeah, but if you opened a hotel room door and walked in the hotel, you're technically like.
Would you
in a
consider the
room.
lobby
Yeah,
a room?
A hotel room would be a room.
No, you're
No,
saying
not the
lobby?
hotel room.
You're
like
saying the
even
lobby.
I think
I
the
don't
lobby's
think
a
that
room.
counts.
I think it
Now,
does.
I
I
know
don't-
zero
I mean-
about this.
All right, if you were standing in like the middle of the basketball court in your office, are you in a room?
I think so.
Yes.
I think no. I think it's got to be a smaller room inside of a building. That's a
I
building.
kind of agree. I mean, these people are sick. Like if they're afraid of rooms, they should be afraid of that too. But then that's just a fear of being
Indoors.
inside. And I do think there's a difference between being in a room and being inside.
Yeah.
Yes.
All right, that's fair. Yeah.
What's
Either
the
way.
Like hallways and corridors, not rooms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But if you're afraid of rooms, you'd probably be afraid of that. If you're that fucked up.
Yes. It's what is I'm trying to find the actual
I don't
definition
mean
of
to
a
say
room.
fucked up.
You'd have to stay in a studio apartment.
But wouldn't this
That's a
office
room?
be a giant room?
Yeah.
I get it, but like then that would just be the fear of being indoors.
It just says the partitioned part of the inside of a building. That's the only
Right.
definition of a room.
Yeah.
It's a
so
room.
then
It has to be inside of another building. So the building doesn't count.
Yeah.
Still, it sucks.
Yeah.
It definitely does. I'm going with that one.
Robbie?
I'm going to go with the fear of rooms as well.
Yeah, I think it's a pretty easy fear of rooms.
Yeah, now I'm
Easy.
thinking about like if like the debate we just had, are they going to be like, "Oh, is this a room? We must check." Because
Yeah.
if it is, I'm going to be very fearful of what we're doing. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm guessing like people who have this have like 100 other ailments that will grossly overshadow that. Like,
Yeah.
there's not like they're like the
this
person who's
isn't
afraid
their
of
one
rooms
flaw. Yeah.
Yeah.
isn't.
Yeah. Is this a room? No, it's an atrium. Oh,
Oh,
God.
thank God.
It's an auditorium. Oh, all right, we're good.
So we're all rooms. I'm assuming you're going rooms
Yeah.
too.
The other one just like, kind of being an incel.
Yeah. So the rooms is going to move on. Now we have the number 3 seed versus the 4 seed. The 3 seed is plutophobia, which is the fear of any money. So you're petrified of the
Y'all
idea.
boys.
Yeah. That's what you guys been on. Yeah.
Just being
Not our crew.
petrified of money, and that's
Now, is that having money or is it like seeing money?
I think it's the everything
all of
involving
the
money.
above.
All of the
Everything.
above? Okay.
Yeah.
I know somebody.
I feel like physical money and having money is two different things. Like one's just a number in your bank account, and one's like a physical object.
I think you're afraid of it all if you're afraid of money.
It's
Yeah,
the fear of any wealth. It's the
Oh,
fear of
okay.
becoming wealthy because of the dread of dealing with money.
Okay, so
That's
art
that's
makers.
why I haven't gotten wealthy yet.
Yeah, exactly. Dude, I got sick plutophobia. You have no idea. And that's going up against our number 14 seed, which is automatonophobia, which is the fear of human-like figures, sort of the fear of Clemmer, if you will. So,
Oh,
like Uncanny Valley sort of vibes.
yeah, like the fear of anything that looks human in a way.
Got it.
So,
I don't think that's the weirdest thing I've ever
I don't
heard.
think either of these are.
If something
that bad.
looks
But let me tell you
human,
what
but
looks
it's
like a
not,
human.
Like,
it doesn't say it can't be human. It just says has to look like a human. So
like
that could
tree
Wait, so
that
you're
has like
afraid
a
of
perfect ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It could be anything that looks like a human, but I think this could also consider like humans.
see if it's humans involved, then it's weird. But if it's just you're afraid of things that look like human but aren't human, I kind of get that.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, so I'll double check on that. But first, the fear of money versus the fear of human-like figures. So for the list on here, such as mannequins, wax figures, dummies, animatronics, or robots.
Yeah, that's
Okay,
fair. I think that's
understand
okay
that.
to be
Yeah.
afraid
Okay.
of.
Yeah.
So I think that the worst would be the fear of money. I mean, I think a fear of being like exceptionally wealthy is also livable.
Yeah.
Just don't get wealthy. If you're, afraid of having $500 in your bank account, that's a bit of a problem. But I still think it's more norm. Like, I think the other one is fine. I think a lot of people could have that. So I'm going to say the fear of money is worse.
The fear of money. I would also go fear of money, but the human figure ones would also kind of suck. Although it is, like you were saying, a little more reasonable,
Yeah.
not including any humans.
Yeah.
But like you walk past
Like you're not going to Disney.
but you can't go to like a store. You can't go to like
Sure,
Target.
mannequins
Online
freak out.
shop.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to. Oh, that's true. You can online shop, but then there's just so much of your day-to-day life could just be interpreted as a human.
Yeah.
So we're all for the money right now. Rudy?
I do know somebody that is terrified of coins.
You know, I don't love coins.
Who's terrified of coins?
We all know him.
His name's YP, right?
Yes, and I didn't want to out him, but
I'll out him.
Wait, YP's terrified of coins?
I'm kind of with him. He doesn't like change, and neither do I. Like, if I have change, I'll never take it.
Well,
I'm
that's
peeved
different.
by the feeling of having change in my pocket.
But he won't
Peeved
even,
more
like,
than
hold it.
annoyed, I think. Or
Yeah, he
He's
also
afraid.
really doesn't like bicycles.
Okay.
Is how he is.
Okay.
But yeah, it's the money one.
Mm-hmm.
It's like I just would love to meet a hobo that's like, nah, dude, I just got a phobia of
no, thank you. Yeah,
accruing wealth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would be though.
the homeless guy trying to give you money.
Yeah, I would. Listen, dude, if it could have been different, but way God made me.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have been really rich.
No choice. KB.
Yeah, that's the most privileged ailment. Like being deathly afraid of accidentally becoming very rich, and stumbling upon wealth.
Someone gives you a
I
scratch
don't really
off, and
get-
you're like, no.
Yeah, don't even think about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't get that one completely. But it's going up against what?
It's going up against the fear of human figures.
Yeah, that's worse.
The human figures one you think is worse?
This is not okay. This doesn't count the actual people.
It doesn't count actual humans, we were saying. That's what I thought that it did originally, but it's just, it doesn't.
Oh,
It
that's
only.
normal.
Yeah,
I get petrified of Fold Core by Glumlot.
Wait, what?
It's like these AI moody visual druids with like
Fold
70s
Core?
sci-fi.
Oh, dude, I love those.
I like it, but it makes me feel
Yeah,
a little too.
or like, have you seen the ones that's like your state if it was a warrior?
Oh, yeah.
No.
Okay, now I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Or your state if it's they do the dumbest shit. It's like
Your
I saw
month-
one
your
where they
month-
combined a pug and a great white shark.
Oh,
Okay, yeah, I would be a little afraid. Okay, yeah.
your month, your medieval warrior. I've gone through about
Yeah,
100 of
your
those.
month warrior. Yeah.
So you're gonna go money,
I get. Yeah, the money is that just doesn't make sense.
Nikki.
Yeah, I don't fuck with robots. I'm going with money.
You're going with money, although
Yeah.
you still wouldn't. You'd still almost the way you described it would have been voting for the human figures one because that is the fear of robots.
Yeah, no, correct. I know.
So you go with the money one. So now we have the 7 seed versus the 10 seed. The 7 seed is amaxophobia, which is the fear of ever being in a vehicle of any kind. So you're petrified. You cannot be in any vehicle, which means you're really in a box there. Like it's one of those things where like you think in your mind like you could live through this, but like you can't go anywhere. Like you need a bike everywhere you go.
Like scooter.
Although that's technically
That's really all you got.
sort of a vehicle. Like,
if it's
they mean
being in a
they mean
vehicle,
enclosed.
yeah. Maybe you're a motorcycle guy.
And that's how we end up in number 10 seed, a blutophobia, which is, or a bloodophobia, which is the fear of bathing. So being petrified.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
That's the one.
This would be the
Washing, scrubbing, showering.
any sort of bathing. Yeah.
So
That's
Mila
the one.
Kunis has this.
Yeah, Mila Kunis and Ashton
her
Kutcher.
Ashton,
Yeah.
and Ashton.
Yeah. So the fear of being in any vehicle versus the fear of bathing, starting with you, Nicky Smokes.
Yeah, fear of bathing. I shower twice a day. I could not go my whole life without showering.
Easy fear of bathing. KB.
Yeah, that cars are avoidable. And I think it should be more common to be terrified of driving in cars if you look at the stats.
Agreed.
True.
Like when people are terrified of airplanes, like look how many people die in car accidents.
You're more likely to die on your way to the airport than you are on that plane.
Fact.
By
Yeah,
a
it's-
thousand,
by
hundred.
millions almost.
Yeah. And now I've been one of those people forever. I hate flying,
Yeah.
but I also don't drive a lot. So I feel like the odds are actually heavier for me dying in a plane crash than driving. So I don't know.
Probably still not.
It's probably still not
Still
great.
no.
Rudy?
Yeah, the car one I can understand. I don't like it if I'm getting in a car and I'm not driving, and it's kind of a little bit of an extension of that, I suppose. What was the other one?
The fear of bathing.
Yeah, that's that fucking blows, dude. You're just a medieval peasant all of a sudden. Like, no thanks.
No shower wanks either.
Yeah, dude. They used to think that water would make you like it was bad for you.
Yeah.
What do you
Like
mean?
if showering was bad
Like
for you
bathing.
because
or
of the
like
water.
bathing in the river or whatever. They're like, oh, you don't want all that water on you. That's
Too much
I
water.
thought it would
Yeah.
make you sick.
Yeah, it's they couldn't like. There's a lot of instances of human beings being wrong. That one is such a unanimous, couldn't be more wrong that it's almost unbelievable.
That's like they used to think that tomatoes and all other sort of like acidic fruits were poisonous until like the 1800s because
Who was brave enough to try it?
because they thought they would eat on pewter plates which have lead in them, and then when they would eat tomatoes, it would bring out the acid would bring out the lead, and they would get lead poisoning and get sick. So they're like, oh, these are obviously poisonous.
Some poor guy was trying to off himself in the forest one day, and he just discovered a tomato.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you eat this poisonous, delicious-looking fruit.
Halfway through it, he was like, "It's pretty fucking good."
Vegetable, yeah, or fruit or vegetable? I forget.
Tomato's a fruit.
Fruit, yeah, that's what I thought. So
What?
No, yeah,
It's one of those
culturally a
weird. It's a
vegetable.
weird
Yeah.
thing, but yeah.
Yeah, technically
Technically, it's a
speaking,
fruit.
I don't know the
okay.
science.
I think of it
affect your
more
life.
like a
I
vegetable.
love
too.
tomatoes.
Yeah,
That's okay.
they're
All
good.
right.
They're still good for you. So another one for bathing.
Definitely bathing. This is one where if you're afraid of vehicles, it might ruin your life. It truly might, but at least it only ruins your life.
Yeah,
The bathing one, that ruins the time of everyone around
That's
you.
a great
Yeah.
point.
It's like the Roan diss on the fat guy, where it was like you're an
Yeah.
inconvenience to be
Exactly.
around.
Yes.
Like that would be brutal. I'd go with the bathing one as well, Tommy.
Yeah, that easy. I think the fear of vehicles is bad, but I mean, listen, I don't like driving on highways. I'm just fine. I think
You
you
don't
could
drive, period.
Yeah, but I mean, mainly highways. I do drive in general, but not a lot. Like you could live in a big city, walk. Are you allowed to take subways in this scenario?
I don't think
Vehicles,
so.
I don't
No,
think
that's
so.
a vehicle,
All
and
right,
you're
fine,
close.
whatever. You got to walk a lot. It sucks, but it's not nearly as bad just being smelly.
But you would also be
dirty,
smelly if you had to do that all the time.
yeah.
Well, you at least
But at
go
least
home
you
and
could
take a
go shower. Yeah, exactly.
But imagine if you'd have to live like right next to your job. Otherwise, you'd be walking a long way here. You eventually.
You'd
You
have
could
to
shower
live
here, at
within
least in
a
our
half
office.
hour or so.
Yeah. So either way, bathing is going to move on. Now we have the 2 seed versus the 15 seed. The 2 seed, I love the 2 seed. Chronophobia, which is the fear of time. So you are constantly petrified by the concept of time, something which is literally happening 24. Like it will never stop.
It's weird. I don't have a phobia of it.
Yeah.
I kind of get it.
Yeah.
I feel like I don't like time.
Time's a little freaky.
No.
I don't like the thought of getting old.
I just
That
don't
freaks
think
me
it's
out.
like for me. It doesn't move at the pace I prefer.
No.
I wish it moved a tad slower.
Yes.
Yeah, I think days should be longer.
If you like come into like an introspective session about time, you're not coming out
Yeah.
Yeah.
happy.
No,
You know what
there's
I've always
no
said?
winning.
Time flies.
Oh, that's
Ooh.
good.
Yeah.
Always said
What? Oh, dude.
Prime Rib guy's got quotes.
Yeah, fucking Prime Rob, man. That was such a good nickname by
Prime Rob.
Prime
Prime
Rob.
Rob.
I
It's a
like
great
that.
name. And just to clarify, there's the extreme fear of the passage of time. People with this anxiety disorder feel intense discomfort or dread when they think about time passing them by. They may be concerned about their own mortality or worry about getting older. Some
I
people,
think I
That's
have
all.
that.
That's fair.
yeah, and they
Yeah,
some
I think that's very normal.
most people become obsessed with watching the clock or marking days off of the calendar, which that would suck. So that's going up against number 15 seed. This one just made me laugh because it seems like it would be something like a Travis Kelce type would say, which is philophobia, which is the fear of love. Like just being like, I was so afraid of
Oh my
love.
God.
I was so afraid of love till I met you, girl. Like, which is one of those type of lines. Yeah. So the fear of love versus the fear of time. A tale as old as time. Starting with you, Tommy.
This is tough.
This
I don't
is
think
tough.
either's really that bad.
I think if you're like afraid of thinking about like how like if you like love your mom or something.
Yeah, that's weird. But I think the fear of time, I mean, it is more palpable. Like, I could understand that one more, but also I think it is more crippling of just watching a clock and being like, fuck, another second, another second, another second. That would be very bad. So if it was a heightened version of that, then yeah, I'll go with the fear of time.
Yeah, I'll do fear of time too, especially just like that definition, noting that this person is just watching the time click off of a clock, marking every single day off of their calendar. Like they're so zeroed in on every second passing by. Like that would be miserable. The fear of love thing, I think, like you said, I feel like there are people who just kind of like that, like naturally, and it's not that big of a deal. So I'd go with time.
I think
Robbie, remember, you're getting married soon. Remember that before you answer this question.
I was going to say, I think you're right about the time thing because there's a constant dread with the fear of love. I know it's a debilitating phobia, but there's got to be a way you could turn that off. It's not a 24/7 thing where time literally is like it almost extends to you're afraid of going to sleep because so much time is going to pass. Like that extends so far across the board. I think it's got to be time.
Yeah. So time, Rudy.
Yeah, now that I'm thinking about it, as you guys were talking, I was just counting seconds, and I was like, gone, gone. It's
You'll
just
never
awful.
get those seconds
It's
back.
awful. That's an awful way to live. And honestly, I kind of get it because one thing I think about a lot is like, damn, if I could just have a pause button right now, it'd be so amazing. If life, you could just be like, boop, pause, and then
I
you
think
could,
they made a movie about that.
Think about
If
that.
you be like Quicksilver or
Click.
something.
Yep.
yeah. But like, it's just so relentless. It's just such a prick about everything. So yeah, that fucking sucks. The love one, I think we're missing an opportunity. That is a powerful weapon you could wield if you were a bad enough guy.
Yeah.
Or if you pitch that you're like, I have a legitimate documented
Ultimate City.
phobia of love, and then for you, I have overcome a debilitating phobia.
You're literally doing what I picked this for, which is making fun of this guy who would pretend to have this.
you would be wielding a weapon the likes of which have not been used or seen before in the fuckboy game.
Holy shit.
But it's the time one for sure. That's I'm actually kind of tail spinning right now thinking about it.
Yeah, that's a good one. KB?
Yeah, if you're maddened by the passing of time, you're going to be always miserable, and if it's in relation to mortality, then you're just going to get progressively and rapidly worse every day. That's the worst existence.
I think
Yeah.
it reminds me of do you remember like the Quicksilver scenes in like I wish I could do that every now and then.
Oh yeah.
Like just
Slow
time
things
stops
down and just fucking.
a cool song starts playing and I'm just able to move while everyone's stuck frozen. That would be amazing.
Dude, that's why I like anesthesia so much.
I know.
Yeah. So
It's the only time you actually get a true break from
Right.
the passage of time.
I was just saying, I've never taken a day off in my life.
Exactly. Dude. Living is pretty relentless.
There should be I want to get anesthesia for 3 to 7 days straight. I bet you come out of that like, hell yeah.
A coma.
It's like
Being a
finally
coma.
alive.
I've had to live every day of my life.
Yes. It's crazy.
do you wish it could almost be like in movies when they like cryogenically freeze you? Like for like space travel
Like
or that
Austin
shit?
Powers.
Yeah, like they
Yeah.
just freeze
Star
you for like a
Wars, yeah.
week and then wake you back up. Like
That would be perfect.
Just give me a break, dude.
yeah.
Just reboot it, dude.
Yeah, hard restart.
reset.
Yeah. Nicky Smokes?
I'll just go with love. I'll just
Had a
go with
feeling.
love. That's just how I feel. And like I would never want to die and no one like be there.
Oh, for the love thing. Okay, I get what you're
Yeah.
saying.
I feel you.
Yeah. So time is going to move on. Now we can go through our playoffs. The first one being the 4 seed versus the 12 seed. The 4 seed was opening your eyes, the debilitating fear of ever opening your eyes, and that's going up against the being touched. So the dread and the fear of ever being touched.
This is tough for me.
You're
this
up.
is really tough.
Pretty much comes down to one thing. Would you rather be able to see boobs or touch boobs?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. Like, what would you rather do?
That is the
Would
The
you rather
age-old
see or
debate.
touch tits?
this is like the allegory of the cave, man. It's really difficult.
I think I'd rather
But
see.
like if you're scared
I
of getting
think you're
touched,
right.
you can't have sex either.
I could
So I think I'd
replicate-
rather be blind.
Actually,
Like I could feel pussy, I could feel tits, fat asses. I could feel those. I might not be able to see it, but I could at least feel it. And if I'm scared of motion and touching,
Yeah.
then you get none of
The
that.
guy with this phobia is probably getting lots of women. Plenty of opportunities to squeeze titties.
he's fucking
From the guy who
nonstop.
can't even open his
Brother,
eyes.
you can pay for the service.
It's not like he's just
shit.
blind. It's like he can't. He has to actively
Wait.
keep his eyes shut.
So
Yeah.
with this guy that's scared to open his eyes, he's not like fully blind, right? Like it's just
not at
He
all
wakes
blind.
up, he's like fuck, but he eventually opens his eyes.
yeah, he can't. No, but he every single time he opens his eyes, he's afraid to open his eyes.
Okay, I think I could live with that. Like I could get over that. I could get over that fear. It's like
Well,
once
you
wake
can't
up,
in
then
this
it would be a
hypothetical.
phobia.
That would be a phobia.
Okay, but like whatever. I'm saying like the first 10 minutes of your day of trying to get out of bed is a nightmare, but once you open your eyes, you
No,
just-
it's throughout the day. That's why
Every
they have the phobia.
blink is like watching The Ring.
oh man, this blows. I'm still gonna go with motion. That's
Motion
my-
wasn't part of it. Is opening your eyes or being touched.
Oh fucking cunt!
You're thinking about what the
goddamn it.
motion of the you're thinking
Yeah.
about jiggling stuff right now.
I love being touched though. Pause. By women. And I love touching. Fuck. I guess touching. I love my eyes. I love my eyesight.
So
That was
touching
tough.
touching. Wait, no, you're saying touching is worse. Which one of these is worse? Which one did you not want to have?
Dude, you're not.
I want to be
fucking
able.
mental
I
pretzel.
wanna,
right now.
I want to open my eyes more than I want to touch or be touched.
So you would.
the fear of opening your eyes is worse.
Yes.
Yes. So the fear of opening your eyes is worse, KB.
This is a landslide. One is impossible. The other, I mean, physical contact is all pretty inconsequential except for sex. So you could still like, beat it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Facts.
that's yourself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Friendly fire.
That yeah.
Pocket pussy.
Yep. Although is that too close to skin? I don't know if the phobia would
I'm
be
not
triggered.
I'm not big into like gestural contact, like hugs and
Me neither.
We dab each other up.
handshakes and I could do without that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you're gonna go with opening the eyes
Yeah. But oh yeah.
easily, Rudy.
I love contact, but the one thing I love more than that is just looking at shit. Like I'll spend so much time, KB, you can read this, just looking at maps, looking at Google Earth, looking at a building.
Yeah, you look at things a lot.
I've always said
I
that.
do
about
too.
you.
KB, you
yeah.
could relate.
My boy Rudy never stops looking at
He's
things.
always
looking
looking.
he looks at a lot.
I'd be looking at shit.
Yeah.
And so that one to me is far worse if you strip that from me.
Holy shit, that's funny. So you're gonna go with the opening 3 for opening your eyes.
I'm gonna go with opening your eyes too. KB, I feel like you could resonate with this, but I love movies, and I'm gonna go with that
yeah.
because I like watching movies.
To watch a movie,
Yeah.
to look at a movie.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm looking at a movie.
Looking at. Hey, you want to go on a date? We're gonna
I
go
love
look at
looking
a movie.
movies, bro.
Yeah, I would say I looked at Shutter Island, but I don't think I watched it.
So you look at any good movies lately?
Yeah.
Did
I've
you
been
see
looking.
that? Well, I looked at it.
I definitely looked at it. So I would do the opening the eyes as well. It's just it's impossible to live your life
this
that
is
way.
a blowout.
Yeah, opening the eyes is gonna move on. Now we
Should I
have
be concerned that was so hard for me to pick?
Yes.
No,
Yes.
you get in a pretzel. I've been there. You get in your pretzel quick with these.
You were in a torture chamber in your own
of
mind.
your own mind, yeah, of your own
Yes,
making.
yes.
Yeah, again, it's which one of these would you not want? Basically, think about this. Which one's worse?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So now we have the fear of sleep versus the fear of motion. So the dreading and the fear, you cannot go to sleep. Again, like we were saying before, almost the inverse of the opening your eyes thing versus the fear of any motion. Start with you, Tommy.
Boy, really don't want either of these. The fear of sleep's really bad all day, dreading going to sleep. But again, your body just eventually does have to go to sleep. Maybe there's ways around it where you knock yourself out or you take
Perk 30.
heavy sleeping pills. The fear of motion is, it's debilitating. Just not being able to move, not wanting. It's not even the vehicles because now you're not even walking to work. It's that.
Can't watch anything. Like can't watch a game. You know what I
Yep.
mean? It's all motion.
Lot of
Yeah,
motion.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So you're gonna do fear of motion.
Yeah.
I would do between these two. I think there is a world in which you could live. You could physically live without the motion. The fear of sleep could, I think, literally kill you.
Yeah. Like the insomnia.
Yeah, like the insomnia could actually like literally kill you dead. And you need your body needs sleep for like a mental state, but as much as it needs movement, I still think you need sleep more. I think the sleep is worse. Like as long as it's stopping you from going to sleep.
I think having the fear of sleep is worse as well because fear of motion, you could be afraid all day, but when you get to the end of the day, you get a sigh of relief. Fear of sleep, the entire day is spent dreading that moment, and like you never escape that.
Mm-hmm. It's like a literal torture. Rudy.
I think that the sleep one sucks, but there's a remedy for it, where
Wouldn't
you
it
can
just-
take Lunesta or Ambien
No
And-
free ads, sleeping pills.
and sleeping pills, and so, but the fear of motion is you cannot fix that. Everything. What doesn't require some level of motion?
Like literally everything.
This one's almost unfair.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
bad.
it's
bad.
OP.
It's like the person using like God when you do like rock, paper, scissors or
Yeah.
gun or whatever. Yeah.
yeah.
The only thing that doesn't require is sleeping, ironically.
But like you still
But yeah.
move in your sleep, but I guess you wouldn't perceive it.
True. Yeah, no, it's the motion one for me for sure.
So we are
That's
two.
crazy.
We're 2-2, KB.
So are these people, are they afraid of just the process of falling asleep or
Let me
When
see.
they're asleep, they obviously probably don't feel anything negative toward it unless they're having nightmares.
It is the fear of falling asleep or sleeping. It's a phobia associated with certain stimuluses. The fear of falling asleep or not waking up. The worry about bad things happening while you're asleep. You have concerns about dying. Avoiding sleep by taking stimulants like caffeine. You feel dread or worry about passing out. You feel dizzy and disoriented, and you have dry or sticky mouth.
Oh no!
I mean, that's a lifetime of hell. But not being able to move is also, it's not, you can't do that. And even if you tried, like the side effects that come with that, well, you would just feel horrible and you'd be so unhealthy. So I think it is fear of motion is worse.
I'd rather go through my whole day fighting the fear of sleep than my whole day of like trying to move out of bed.
Mm-hmm.
So I think the motion's way worse.
That's what that song, "The Man Who Can't Be Moved," was about.
Really? Which song is that?
I think it's The Fray, The Script, one of those bands.
Oh, I think I only
something
They are
Andy?
the same band.
I'm the man that can't be moved. Jam.
I don't think I know that one. I only know the two
It's
phrases.
about that fear.
So now we have the fear of motion versus the fear of opening your eyes, Nicky.
This is a championship level match.
This is tough. What's worse? Fear. I'm going with fear of motion.
One for fear of motion, KB.
I will say though, the fear of opening your eyes would also make it hard to move
Exactly.
because you can't move around with your eyes
It's
closed.
a
a good
square and a
point.
rectangle almost.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, I'm switching my answer to eyes.
Switching to opening your eyes, KB.
Yep. Fear of moving it just wouldn't work.
Yeah.
But I know what you mean. Like if you can't open your eyes, it's going to be miserable to move. So you
Or watch things.
think on what would work.
So
A roller coaster, I'm sure.
just to give the breakdown or whatever of it, it is defined as the excessive or irrational or debilitating fear of movement or physical activity. The fear of motion is associated with a feeling of vulnerability or injury in response to movement. So you're basically afraid of being hurt nonstop.
Well, that
anytime you move.
the way you just described it there doesn't sound so bad.
The advancement or
Yeah.
acute pain and persistent to chronic pain. So
That's
you get
you.
phantom pain due to the fear of movement. That's crazy.
But is it like
Yeah.
you literally can't? Can you walk to your fucking bathroom?
It says like you just. You
but
just
I think the whole time you're like scared of slipping.
yeah, you're scared
Okay.
nonstop of all of your movement.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's the movement one because you can like still frolic with your eyes closed if you wanted to.
You gotta frolic.
Like, yeah.
Yeah, Rudy.
Said it before. I love looking at shit, dude. I really like it. So
One of the most unique things about you.
I know, and so I would be devastated if I couldn't look at stuff.
If I was given like a 5-year window, which one I would rather do, it would be I'd rather be unable to move because you can just lay down and watch it.
Right.
Yeah. Although,
But if it was for
Yeah.
the rest of your life,
Yeah.
the other one.
yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Robbie.
I'm going to go with eyes.
3 for opening the eyes, 1 for the motion. The motion one sucks so bad. But like from what we just like kind of read about it, like you can move around, you're just constantly afraid that something's going to happen and you're going to get hurt. And that does suck, like almost as bad as the original kind of thing we thought about. But not being able to like open your eyes or being petrified to ever open your eyes, that's just like you. If I lived my whole life blind, this would be the easiest thing. But I haven't. Like we've seen shit, and I want to continue seeing shit. So I need to vote for opening the eyes.
Same. Yeah, like I said, I think whatever, you stay home a lot, you stay in bed, at least you're watching stuff. Not being able to open your eyes. How the fuck can you live like that?
So now we have on the other side, as the opening your eyes goes in the championship, the fear of money versus the fear of being in a room.
Oh, fear of being in a room is so much worse.
Yeah. That's so easy for me.
I agree. That's a very easy one, Rudy.
Yeah, it's a room.
Is it just
sure.
a room across the board, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, fear of money. Quit your job.
Yeah. just be a vagabond.
I have a
You're
fear of
sad.
the Brie Larson movie, Room. Scary movie.
Scary movie, yeah. Now we have then the other the top of it, the fear of time versus the fear of bathing. Let's start with you, Nicky.
Bathing.
The bathing's worse than time.
100%. Yeah. No, bathing's worse. Like I I have good hygiene. Although I do sweat a lot under my armpits, that doesn't mean I'm not wearing deodorant. Okay, it's a condition. Bathing, and I don't appreciate people who smell like shit either. So that one's way worse.
You know who's a big sweater? Dana B. That dude sweats like fucking crazy.
No
Shit.
shit.
275.
Yeah.
That was.
That's a
I
hot-
feel
that
bad for
engine-
Dana. That was
That's not-
so. I was so out of.
That's
that
also just like
engine runs
obviously.
hot.
It's not like a fat thing. That's like he
No.
he sweats.
It's-
I never said it was
excessive
a
amount.
fat thing. You threw
He
that in
seems
too.
hot.
Yeah.
Like I feel like if you did surgery on Dana, steam would come out.
I forget.
Yeah.
I forget what we were doing. Like we were all somewhere, and we were all fine. He was like drenched in sweat.
Yeah, he's,
Like,
Dana's a sweaty
Bro,
bastard.
I
that's a big
sweat a
boy
lot, too. I
thing.
feel-
That's a
yeah.
big boy thing, bro.
but he was like underwater, dude. It was like
Dana didn't need this.
He didn't need this at
He
all.
was hot underwater. Oh, he was sweating.
Sweating underwater.
it's like he had just don't come out of a dunk tank,
Yeah.
and like it wasn't that hot.
He gets into a cold tub. He just starts fucking sweating.
Melting all
Fucking
the
dying
ice.
in here, man.
Yeah.
It's boiling in the cold tub.
He sits down and it goes.
Yeah.
So one for bathing from Nicky. KB.
Bathing versus
Time.
well, bathing is like, could be like an ignorance is bliss thing. Like, a lot of people don't leave their home.
Mhm.
You could stream, you could
You could do the movie The Whale, except you
could
just
work
smell.
from home.
Yeah.
I can't even like stand it when I smell. Like that would drive me nuts.
Right, but just not being able to deal with time that's going to be quite the obstacle.
Yeah. You got to think.
Today, tomorrow, in 5 minutes, in 10 minutes,
Right now.
now, fuck.
In the past.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. I think that's one of the worst.
So fear of time, 1-1 right now, Rudy.
Yeah. For thousands of years, humans didn't bathe.
Yes, they did.
Mm-hmm.
Thousands of years, they didn't have time. We made up time.
Yeah, but now everybody bathes.
Damn,
What
he's
did you
got a
use
point.
just to describe that?
I don't know.
Thousands of years.
Yeah, time. It's made up.
But Rudy, at least back then nobody
And it
bathed.
probably wasn't even thousands of years.
Agreed. So the issue now is
Now
that
is you're the
everyone
only
bathes.
guy not bathing.
Correct. It's shitty, but the time one like gives me goosebumps to think about. I'm hoping that I'm able to walk away from this without thinking about it any further.
So fear of time,
Like,
Robbie.
I'm going bathing back to the one where it's like, at least with my fear of time, I
Thank
can
you.
keep that internal. Bathing, I'm putting other people at risk. Not at risk, but
But it does.
no, it's a risk.
It does kind of affect other people. Like it affects your ability to ever have a relationship with another person.
true. But I think this smell thing does as well.
A girl's like, "Hey, you want to meet up tomorrow?" Ugh.
Yeah,
Fuck.
like that would freak
Like,
you out. But
that
you'd
sucks.
also be like, if you said yes to meeting up and you're afraid of bathing, you're never meeting up
True.
again.
But you could also match like another dirty woman.
Ugh.
It's fucking gross together.
No dirty women for me.
So 2 for time, 2 for bathing. I think the time one is in my brain like infinitesimally worse. Like is the bathing thing like you guys were saying, like you could just stay at home and you could survive. But if,
there's hordes of men who do that.
correct, yeah. And with the time thing, like you would just be, no matter how you did, you could live in a psych ward in a padded room. You could still think about time and get scared.
Yeah.
So I would go with time.
I think the bathing one is infinitely worse. I think the time one is a little more understandable. I think we're almost hinting that we all are thinking about having it a little. I don't think it's that irrational to it. I mean, obviously, if you have the most severe case, that's really bad. But the fear of bathing, twice a day, once a day, you can't fucking shout like
It's bad.
that.
Yeah,
That's
but you're basing
bad.
it on but you're still thinking about it in a way where there is pleasure in showering and bathing. Whereas this person, the only thing that is the worst would be bathing, which you can avoid.
You can avoid,
You
yeah.
cannot avoid time.
I still think it's worse to fear bathing. It also is like health wise can't be good.
But
Just
like you
not-
could do other things, I think, to mask. Like you could put on deodorant. That's not bathing.
Okay, but how are you cleaning yourself?
But like I'm saying, like even the part of the outer part of it, like you know what I mean. Like you guys are saying, like
I don't care how much deodorant a guy is wearing. If he's not bathing, it's gonna seep through.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's more workarounds to that than there is to avoiding time.
That's my point.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
it's the most inescapable thing that's ever existed, maybe.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with
Also
my
not
vote.
real.
All right. You know what? We'll call Nicky Clicky himself. Oh, I hate saying that out loud. I regretted it immediately. We'll call Nick and see what he says.
Tell him
Yo.
I'm farting in his chair.
What's up?
Okay, we're gonna have you tie break one. Is that okay?
I'm in the shower, but yes.
Oh, that's actually perfect.
Oh my God, that is perfect. Could not be better.
I just stepped in the shower. What's up?
So right now, which phobia do you think is worse to have? The fear of time. So the fear of all time passing at all. Period. Like you are petrified of time, or the fear of bathing.
Time is not unavoidable. I'm going time.
Time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As coincidental as that is. Thank you, Nick.
Yep, of course.
Have a good shower.
Well, enjoy it while it lasts, Nick. 'Cause you're not gonna-
Yeah. Smelly prick.
Yeah. So time is going to move on. So the fear of time versus the fear of being in a room. Fuck. These suck, dude. This would suck so bad.
Yeah, I'm getting bummed.
Yeah. So the fear of time versus the fear of being in a room, Tommy.
I'm going the fear of being in a room. Again, the time one, I know we're saying it's inescapable, but I also think it's almost natural to have that fear of time and the fear of dying and the fear, like one of your definitions is the fear of time passing you by and growing old. Like I get that. That's not that insane. The fear of being in a room would fucking suck. I don't even know how you would ever avoid that.
And Tommy, you made a good point. Like if someone told me I'm scared of getting old, I'm like, yeah, I get that. But if someone said I'm scared of being in a room, I would be like, what the fuck is wrong
Get
with
away
you?
Exactly
from
what
you
I
fucking
thought.
freak.
If someone said I'm afraid of time, you're like, that's weird, but that's a shame.
It's human nature.
Yeah.
Well, it's more justifiable, but I thought we were treating all of these as if they
It's
were
phobia.
the most extreme.
Phobia, not
Yes.
like general
We're
discomfort.
like,
saying what's
oh,
worse. What would you rather?
Yeah, a debilitating phobia of time or a
One
debilitating
makes
phobia
more
of...
sense, but the other one I think would be more hellish.
Yeah.
I'm looking at it like from a point of avoidability. And for me right now, time is unbeatable.
At least the room one, if you're
Okay, but
in
yeah,
Central
that's
Park,
sleep.
you're fine.
Like you couldn't go
A
in your room.
TP.
You couldn't go.
Yeah, where do you
apartment.
sleep?
Is it a tent a
You
room?
couldn't be in the family room.
In a gymnasium.
TP is in a room.
TP is in a room?
Gymnasium's not
you
a
could
room.
sleep in your backyard.
Yeah.
It's not. I wouldn't recommend it. But
I mean,
like,
you basically have to live in
It'd
your
be a
backyard.
horrible
gazebo.
life.
you
Buy a
could
house
go
to
have a
live in the
day
backyard.
outside and have a
Beach
blast.
cabana.
You
Right.
could have no worry at all in your brain.
Yeah, but at the end, you got to go to sleep eventually. You got. I mean, you're
it's not a fear of sleep though.
But I don't want to fucking be an outdoorsman.
But
More than you want to
if
be
you
like
had this-
afraid of time?
Yeah.
I'm willing to take that.
Just
on.
to just give you a note, I looked it up again, chronophobia, the fear of time. It is also known as prison neurosis, and you are afraid of all time moving forward. It is commonly seen in prison inmates. So time,
God,
you're
man.
afraid of
All
time
right, well,
moving
commonly
forward.
seen in prison. They should have the opposite of that.
But again, it is you're afraid of time moving forward. Time is always moving forward. Oh, constantly. You could not stop it. You can't avoid
I
it.
could beat that.
And you could. I don't think you could beat it.
You cannot.
I'll put smokes.
I could beat that one. I can't. The fear of being in a room is so silly, so ridiculous. You can't have that.
I'm going with the fear of time. I don't see any universe where that is honestly kind of beatable. Robbie.
I think I'm going with the fear of time as well because I'm thinking you could at least have a good day. If you have fear of rooms, you can go have a good day outdoors. If you're afraid of time, you can never have a good day.
Ever.
I think you could think about other stuff.
But even if you're trying
You
to think
have
of
a
other things.
phobia.
Yeah, we're saying it's debilitating. We're saying you can't.
Well, then when you're outside, you're still afraid of rooms, and in that if we're
You're
in
afraid
that
of being
La
in
La
rooms,
Land.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, but then if we're playing in your La La Land, then even when you're outside, you're still, oh no, there could be a room. It's the same thing.
I don't think it's like,
a
oh, room's sneaking up on me.
You're getting chased by a room.
by a mobile home
Yeah.
that has a bedroom.
We don't know how bad these people have it.
It also said you're afraid of people that are in rooms. So like if
So
you
that's
see
always happening.
yeah, so you're afraid of other people seeing people in a room.
I think the president's in the Oval Office right now.
We're 2 for time, 1 for rooms. Rudy.
Yeah, I mean, once again, this is the phobia of something that is the bedrock of reality.
Yeah.
Well, you love time. Like you were just sucking up time.
Yeah, this is almost
He's
like a
glazing time.
It's just
Bouncing
like, I
on
don't
it.
know how
Doing
you
tricks
could,
on
I
time.
don't know how on earth you could function with
He's bouncing
that.
on the big
Like,
hand.
There's nothing like you can avoid rooms. You quite literally just
You
cannot
can't
avoid
really
time.
avoid rooms.
No,
Yes, you can, motherfucker.
you can to a degree.
Yeah,
Yes.
if you
More
want to
than you can
live
avoid time.
outside, you can avoid rooms. I don't want to live outside. I'd rather live inside, fear and time.
But you just aren't getting it. If you had a phobia of rooms, you would live outside.
Yes.
I wouldn't enjoy it.
Yes, you would because the
No.
thing
Afraid
of
is
rooms.
That
you
doesn't mean
dipshit.
I would enjoy it. It just means I really hate being in a room. Doesn't mean you enjoy being outside.
but you would
dipshit.
tolerate it more than you would now.
Dipshit.
You would enjoy it more than being in a room.
Sure. Doesn't mean you'd love it. It would more be a relief of thank God I'm not in a room right now. It wouldn't be like, oh, I'm
Right.
so glad I'm
so
outside.
then where are you finding the relief from time?
There's
I
no
would
respite.
There
think
is
about
none.
other stuff. This is sanctity of the bracket. You guys are acting like
No, you're
a
getting
fear of time is a fear
ragdolled.
of everything.
It is. And I think it's great. You can't avoid time. That's the whole idea of the phobia.
I don't really notice time in day to day. Like I don't look at the clock.
You just said
and
day
I'm
to
like,
day.
oh,
That's time.
Yeah.
Day to day's time.
That
okay.
is
You guys are so fucking annoying. Let me make my point.
Yeah.
Like I notice time when I'm like, oh shit, damn.
When do you wanna
That
make-
was
when do you
10
wanna
years
make your
ago.
point?
That was 8 years ago.
Yeah.
You want to make your point now?
Or later.
Oh, that happened. Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
Now's over.
That's it.
Now's over. Now's over. Now's over. Present is over. Present is over. Present's now. No.
Come on, Nicky. Give us the
All
point.
the while internally screaming.
No, it's over. No, I made my point.
We're 3 for time, 1 for the room, KB.
Time.
Time's gonna win, but Nicky.
Nah, time rules. Time's king. Time this. Fucking Glazers.
These people are fucking
we get the
pathetic.
TVA over here.
Fucking
Oh,
crazy.
Jesus. So our finals is the fear of opening your eyes versus the fear of time. Which one of these would be the more debilitating phobia to have? Starting with you, Nicky.
Time's king. Time. Time. That's what's gonna happen.
No,
They're gonna
I'm voting
spin
for
this
fucking
into
fear of
No, you
opening
can't
your
open
eyes
your
is
eyes,
so
but
much worse than the
time,
fear of
fucking
time.
time.
We stand together here, Smokes. The fear of opening your eyes is
Um,
worse than the fear of time.
I think you're right.
all right. I'm going with out of principle to see how they spin this shit.
All right, 1 for opening the eyes, KB.
Let's throw it over to the time,
Yeah,
boys.
it's like, yeah, you'd be blind, which plenty of people deal with and deal with well.
I don't know.
You just have to deal with the strain of closing your eyes.
What do you mean? I don't know.
I'm sure a lot of people don't deal with it well, but this fucking sucks.
They'd rather not be blind,
I'm
probably.
fucking blind.
Yeah. There's probably that's true. That implies that there is someone who is the best at being blind.
And
Absolutely.
it's
Stevie
better.
Wonder.
It would be
Yeah.
better to be blind because you're not living in fear. The fear of opening your eyes, you're blind and you're in fear.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take that point.
You're
Rudy,
afraid of
shove
not
up your
being
fucking
blind.
little asshole.
Oh boy, Smokes.
I
Yeah.
understand that argument.
If you're
No,
blind,
he
right?
understood.
If
He
you're
understood,
blind, you're not
Tommy.
afraid of not being blind.
Right. If you're blind, you can't see, right? But you're not afraid. You're not like, oh my God, I can't open my eyes. You fucking can't open your eyes. If you have the fear of opening your eyes, you're going to be essentially blind and you're going to constantly have the fear of, I can't open my eyes. I can't open my eyes.
Well, it's pretty easy to avoid that. Just shut. All right.
But I still think you have the phobia of,
we do keep taking these phobias being like it's the most debilitating thing you could imagine, and then flipping it and being like, but I could probably outstrength that.
I could probably beat it out. I'd post it up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
KB, time or opening your eyes?
The time.
Yeah.
Like you can shut your eyes and listen to a song without being like, oh, fuck, 3 minutes passed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Imagine that. Yeah, you're just looking at Spotify as the minutes tick by on a song. Even.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. You're like, oh, I can't. I'm so glad this new album came out. 45 minutes. Fuck.
Just nothing can bring you joy. Even like a
Fuck.
movie, video game,
Fuck.
whatever. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Rudy, you going with time as well?
Glaze it some
Yes.
more, Rudy. Glaze it some more. Tell us about how great time is.
So 2 for
Crazy,
time.
Smokes.
I'm
It's crazy.
going opening your eyes.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm going opening your eyes. I just can't imagine that life.
so 2 for opening your eyes, 2 for time. I'd go time. I'm going with time. I think that time it is such an inescapable thing. Like, how do you possibly escape the concept of time? It's constantly moving. Like, you see 2 numbers together, you're just immediately afraid. I don't. I
Your
just,
math's wrong, by the way. It's 3-3 now.
oh,
Yeah, I mean, I'm
well, no, he
officially
hasn't.
voting.
He didn't technically
Oh,
vote
Should,
yet.
oh,
should we call
sorry,
security
sorry.
guard Pat?
Security Pat, if you guys his number, we'll call him.
No, you got to get Ebony, bro. I'm in love with that girl now.
Oh,
I
you wanna get
I've
Ebony?
never met her.
Oh,
Let's get her.
that's a
Let's
brilliant
get it.
idea,
I'll go
Smokes. Brilliant idea.
I saw what she said to Tate. I was like, yo, this is my new favorite person.
Oh, you've never met?
Jules.
This is the first time experiencing
I've
Ebony?
never met her. Nah,
Oh, she's the
legendary.
best. This is gonna be good. I can't wait to see what she says. That was very funny earlier too. I forgot about that. Damn, she might have just gone home. She does just have
So
brand
should
new
I try to
kid.
call her?
Yeah, if you have her number, I don't have her number.
Do I have her?
Smoke's got that shit.
Shit.
She.
I was gonna say, do your best not to curve her viewpoint.
I will. I'll be fair. Ebony, we're on a podcast right now, and we need you to be the tie-breaking vote to settle this debate. All right, we're discussing the worst phobia to have. What phobia do you think would be worse to have? The phobia of time, the phobia of time passing you by, growing old, dying, the phobia of time itself, the concept of time just scaring you, or the phobia of opening your eyes, just constantly living in fear of opening your eyes, having to keep your eyes closed, being afraid of what happens when you open your eyes. What do you think is worse? And was that a fair?
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's a little stupid, but I feel like the last one, opening your fucking eyes.
Yeah, that's worse.
Yeah.
Thank you, Ebony. Ebony, she's not one of those fucking time
Be
stands.
damned. We don't fear time.
Yeah.
So the fear of opening your eyes is going to, or the fear of opening your eyes is going to win the bracket episode 148.
Fuck
Narrowly
duck
beating out the fear of time. Thanks for joining in.
Your
but-
time. Hey, time. Your time is over.
Jesus Christ. We'll be back next week with a new episode.